Welcome to Celeb Starlene. Today, we're uncovering the darker side of Hollywood, highlighting 50 stars whose struggles with alcohol impacted their careers and lives. From tragic endings to incredible comebacks, let's dive into the real stories behind the fame. Robert Downey Jr.'s struggles with alcohol and drug addiction were well documented throughout the 1990s and early 2000s. Despite showing immense talent early in his career, Downey's issues with substance abuse led to multiple arrests, jail time, and rehab stints. His career seemed nearly over by the early 2000s. However, after a successful rehab stint and a renewed focus on sobriety, Downey made one of the most remarkable comebacks in Hollywood history, becoming a global superstar with his role as Iron Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Ben Affleck's issues with alcohol became widely known later in his career, despite achieving significant success as an actor and director. Affleck has spoken openly about his alcoholism, noting that it deeply impacted his relationships, particularly with his ex-wife Jennifer Garner. He entered rehab multiple times to treat his addiction and has since worked hard to stay sober. His battle with alcoholism remains an ongoing journey, and Affleck has continued to discuss his experiences in interviews while also returning to filmmaking and acting. Johnny Depp's long-standing issues with alcohol have been the subject of much public speculation and media coverage. Depp has acknowledged his heavy drinking over the years, and it has been suggested that his alcohol abuse played a role in his turbulent personal life, including his high-profile divorce from actress Amber Heard. While Depp has never publicly confirmed that he sought treatment for his drinking, his reputation in Hollywood has been affected by numerous incidents related to his alcohol consumption, including a widely publicized libel trial. Lindsay Lohan was once a promising young actress, starring in movies like Mean Girls and The Parent Trap. However, her career became overshadowed by legal troubles, stints in rehab, and public intoxication incidents. Lohan's battles with alcohol and substance abuse, combined with legal issues, led to a string of arrests, rehab visits, and probation. Despite these challenges, she has tried to rebuild her life, and in recent years she has worked on staying sober and reviving her acting career. Charlie Sheen's career was marked by enormous success, particularly for his role in the sitcom 2.5 Men. However, Sheen became infamous for his erratic behavior, fueled by excessive drinking and drug use. He often appeared in the media in states of apparent intoxication, giving bizarre interviews and making wild claims. His lifestyle led to multiple hospitalizations, job losses, and a very public breakdown in 2011. In the following years, Sheen revealed that he was HIV positive and attempted to live a more stable, sober life, though his journey has been filled with challenges. Mel Gibson, a celebrated actor and director, struggled with alcohol for many years, which significantly damaged his career and personal life. Gibson was arrested multiple times for driving under the influence (DUI), and his 2006 DUI arrest became infamous due to his anti-Semitic remarks made while intoxicated. This scandal almost destroyed his career, and he largely disappeared from Hollywood for years. In recent years, Gibson has acknowledged his issues with alcohol and reportedly worked on maintaining sobriety, slowly making a comeback. In the film industry, Bradley Cooper is a rare example of an actor who recognized his problems with alcohol early in his career and addressed them before they could severely impact his life and work. Cooper has been sober since 2004, after realizing that his drinking was jeopardizing his health and career. Since getting sober, Cooper has gone on to have a hugely successful career, starring in critically acclaimed films such as Silver Linings Playbook and A Star is Born. Drew Barrymore's struggles with alcohol and drugs began at an alarmingly young age. As child star, she was introduced to Hollywood's party scene, and by the time she was 13, she was in rehab for alcohol and drug abuse. Her troubled early years, including stints in rehab and time spent living with various family members, were highly publicized. Barrymore, however, managed to turn her life around, becoming sober and revitalizing her career. She is now an accomplished actress, producer, and talk show host. Shia LaBeouf, a former Disney star, has been arrested multiple times for alcohol-related incidents, including public intoxication and disorderly conduct. LaBeouf's erratic behavior has been attributed to his struggles with alcoholism and personal trauma. He has openly discussed his addiction and the role it played in damaging his relationships and career. In recent years, LaBeouf has sought treatment and worked on sobriety, while also shifting his career toward more independent films and personal projects. David Hasselhoff, known for his roles in Knight Rider and Baywatch, has faced very public struggles with alcohol. In 2007, a video filmed by his daughter of Hasselhoff drunkenly eating a hamburger went viral, drawing attention to his long battle with alcoholism. The actor has been in and out of rehab, and his struggles were a recurring theme in the media for several years. Hasselhoff has since worked on his sobriety and continues to perform as an actor and singer. Philip Seymour Hoffman was one of the most acclaimed actors of his generation, but he privately struggled with substance abuse, including alcohol and heroin. Hoffman had a long period of sobriety during his early career, but he relapsed later in life. His addiction ultimately led to his tragic death in 2014 from a drug overdose, compounded by alcohol and other substances. Hoffman's death was a major loss to the film industry, as he was known for his extraordinary talent. Amy Winehouse's struggles with alcohol and drug addiction were widely documented by the media. The British singer, who became a global sensation with her album Back to Black, battled alcohol and drug dependency for years. Her turbulent personal life, including a troubled marriage and several stints in rehab, was often in the spotlight. Sadly, Winehouse's battle with alcohol ended in her untimely death in 2011, as she succumbed to alcohol poisoning at the age of 27. Though Heath Ledger's public persona didn't necessarily revolve around alcohol abuse, it was revealed after his death that he struggled with various substances, including alcohol and prescription drugs. Ledger's tragic death in 2008 from an accidental overdose of prescription medication shocked the world, as he was at the height of his career, having just completed his iconic role as the Joker in The Dark Knight. Courtney Love, a rock singer and actress, has been open about her long history of substance abuse, including alcohol. Love was known for her wild behavior and erratic public appearances. Throughout the 1990s and 2000s, her struggles with drugs and alcohol, along with her troubled marriage to Kurt Cobain, led to several legal battles and rehab stints. In recent years, she has worked on her sobriety and focused on her music and acting career. Daniel Radcliffe, best known for his role as Harry Potter, has been open about his struggles with alcohol during the height of his fame. Radcliffe has said that he turned to drinking as a way to cope with the pressures of being a child star. He has since sought help, and as of the early 2010s, he has maintained sobriety and continued his acting career, focusing on independent films and stage productions. Chris Farley, the beloved comedian from Saturday Night Live and Tommy Boy, battled addiction throughout his career. Known for his wild antics, Farley's personal life was marred by substance abuse, including alcohol. He tragically died of a drug overdose in 1997 with alcohol also found in his system, cutting short a promising comedic career. Joaquin Phoenix is an Oscar-winning actor who struggled with alcoholism during the early stages of his career. He has been sober since the mid-2000s after realizing that his drinking was getting out of control. Phoenix credits his sobriety with helping him focus on his craft, leading to critically acclaimed performances in films like Joker and Her. Matthew Perry, best known for his role as Chandler Bing on Friends, has been open about his long battle with alcohol and prescription drug addiction. Perry's addiction issues were noticeable during various seasons of Friends, where his weight fluctuated dramatically. He has spent time in rehab multiple times and continues to work on maintaining his sobriety. Russell Brand, a British comedian and actor, was known for his hedonistic lifestyle, which included excessive drinking and drug use. Brand has been sober since 2002 and has since become an advocate for sobriety and mental health. He has written books and given talks about his journey to recovery, using his platform to raise awareness about addiction. Ozzy Osbourne, the legendary frontman of Black Sabbath, has long been associated with a life of excess, including heavy alcohol use. His wild antics and frequent intoxication became part of his public image. Osbourne has spent many years battling addiction to both alcohol and drugs. Although he has made multiple attempts to stay sober, he has had numerous relapses. He continues to speak openly about his struggles with addiction. Mickey Rourke was once one of Hollywood's top actors, but his career declined in the 1990s due to his alcohol and drug abuse. He also turned to professional boxing, which caused physical damage to his face. After years of struggling, Rourke made a comeback with his performance in The Wrestler, which earned him critical acclaim. He has since worked on maintaining his sobriety. Steve-O, known for his role on Jackass, lived a life filled with extreme stunts and heavy drinking. His alcohol and drug use spiraled out of control, leading to multiple arrests and near-fatal incidents. In 2008, he entered rehab after friends staged an intervention. Steve-O has been sober since then and has since used his platform to talk about his recovery journey. Winona Ryder, an actress famous for films like Beetlejuice and Edward Scissorhands, struggled with substance abuse, including alcohol, during the 1990s. Her battle with addiction became public after her arrest for shoplifting in 2001. Ryder has worked on her sobriety and has since revived her career with roles in Stranger Things and other projects. Robin Williams was a beloved comedian and actor who struggled with alcoholism and drug addiction throughout his life. Although Williams was sober for many years, he relapsed later in life, and his battle with depression and addiction continued. Williams tragically took his own life in 2014, leaving a legacy as one of the most iconic performers of his generation. Tara Reid, known for her roles in American Pie and The Big Lebowski, struggled with alcohol abuse during the height of her career. Her hard-partying lifestyle made headlines, and she became a regular subject of tabloid media. Reid's career suffered as a result, though she has attempted to address her addiction and make a comeback in recent years. Elton John, one of the most successful musicians of all time, struggled with alcohol and cocaine addiction for many years. His addictions severely impacted his personal and professional life. In the 1990s, John sought treatment and has remained sober since. He has become an outspoken advocate for addiction recovery and has used his platform to support various causes, including AIDS awareness. Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, struggled with prescription drug and alcohol abuse later in his life. His health deteriorated rapidly, and his substance use played a significant role in his death in 1977 at the age of 42. Despite his personal struggles, Presley remains one of the most influential figures in the history of music. Macaulay Culkin, the child star of Home Alone, struggled with alcohol and drug use after achieving fame at a young age. The pressures of stardom and family issues contributed to his downward spiral. Although Culkin largely stepped away from acting, he has worked on his sobriety, and returned to the public eye in recent years. Errol Flynn, one of Hollywood's most famous actors in the 1930s and 1940s, was known for his swashbuckling roles and his hard-partying lifestyle. Flynn was frequently drunk on set and in his personal life, and his excessive drinking contributed to his health problems. He died in 1959 at the age of 50, with his drinking widely seen as a factor in his early death. Richard Burton, an acclaimed British actor, was known for his deep voice and commanding presence, but also for his heavy drinking. His marriage to Elizabeth Taylor was infamous for its volatility, fueled by alcohol. Burton's excessive drinking took a toll on his health and contributed to his premature death at 58. Elizabeth Taylor, one of Hollywood's most iconic actresses, also struggled with alcohol. Throughout her life, she became known for her tumultuous relationships, including her marriages to Richard Burton, which were often marked by heavy drinking. Taylor eventually sought help for her alcoholism and became an advocate for sobriety, while continuing her acting career. Marilyn Monroe, the legendary actress, suffered from mental health issues and substance abuse, including alcohol. Her addiction to alcohol and prescription drugs was well documented, and it contributed to her untimely death in 1962 from a barbiturate overdose. Monroe remains an enduring symbol of Hollywood glamour and tragedy. Judy Garland, star of The Wizard of Oz, faced lifelong struggles with addiction to alcohol and prescription drugs. Her dependency began in her teens, exacerbated by the pressures of Hollywood stardom. Garland's alcohol abuse worsened over the years, contributing to her erratic behavior and early death from a drug overdose in 1969 at the age of 47. Clark Gable, often called the King of Hollywood, enjoyed immense success throughout his career but struggled with alcohol off-screen. Gable's heavy drinking took a toll on his health, and he suffered from multiple heart attacks. He passed away in 1960, shortly after filming The Misfits, due in part to his excessive drinking and smoking. Bette Davis, one of the most respected actresses of Hollywood's golden age, struggled with alcoholism, especially in her later years. Despite her personal struggles, Davis continued to deliver critically acclaimed performances and maintained her status as a Hollywood legend until her death in 1989. Joan Crawford, a legendary actress and one of Bette Davis's biggest rivals, also had a complicated relationship with alcohol. Crawford's heavy drinking often exacerbated her volatile temper, leading to tension both on and off set. Her drinking became a key point of contention in her personal life, including in her troubled relationship with her daughter, which was famously depicted in Mommy Dearest. Dean Martin, a member of the Rat Pack, was known for his laid-back persona and his love of drinking. Martin's image as the King of Cool was heavily tied to his alcohol consumption, though some reports suggest that his on-stage drinking was more of an act than a true addiction. Nonetheless, Martin's reputation as a heavy drinker followed him throughout his career. Frank Sinatra, the legendary singer and actor, had a reputation for drinking and partying as part of the Rat Pack. While Sinatra's drinking was a staple of his public persona, it also led to conflicts in his personal life, including several tumultuous relationships. However, his drinking never appeared to fully derail his career, as he remained a beloved figure in the entertainment industry until his death. Peter O'Toole was one of the most famous actors of his time, known for his role in Lawrence of Arabia. He was also known for his heavy drinking, which he often discussed with humor. O'Toole's alcoholism caused significant damage to his health, leading to several surgeries and medical issues. He eventually quit drinking in the late 1970s and continued acting until his death in 2013. Oliver Reed, the British actor, was infamous for his wild drinking and outrageous behavior. Reed was known for his hard-partying lifestyle both on and off set. His excessive drinking ultimately contributed to his death in 1999 after he suffered a heart attack during the filming of Gladiator. Keith Moon, the drummer for The Who, was notorious for his destructive lifestyle, which included heavy drinking. Moon's alcohol abuse contributed to his erratic behavior and destructive antics such as wrecking hotel rooms. His drinking eventually led to his death in 1978 at the age of 32 from an overdose of pills meant to combat his alcohol cravings. John Barrymore, a celebrated actor from the Barrymore family, struggled with alcoholism throughout his life. His heavy drinking affected his acting career and his health, causing his performances to deteriorate over time. Barrymore died in 1942, with alcohol playing a significant role in his decline. Marlon Brando, considered one of the greatest actors of all time, also struggled with alcohol, particularly in his later years. Brando's heavy drinking, along with his reclusive lifestyle, contributed to his unpredictable behavior and tumultuous personal life. His alcoholism, coupled with weight issues, led to health problems that plagued him until his death in 2004. Spencer Tracy, a two-time Academy Award-winning actor, struggled with alcoholism throughout much of his life. Despite his success, Tracy's heavy drinking affected his relationships and his health. His long-term affair with Katharine Hepburn was often strained by his drinking, though he continued to work until his death in 1967. Humphrey Bogart, one of the most iconic actors of the golden age of Hollywood, was known for his hard-drinking lifestyle. Bogart's love of alcohol became part of his image, both in his personal life and his on-screen roles. His heavy smoking and drinking contributed to the esophageal cancer that claimed his life in 1957. Brian Wilson, co-founder of the Beach Boys, struggled with alcohol and drug addiction for many years. His substance abuse, combined with mental health issues, severely impacted his music career. Wilson eventually sought help and has since worked on maintaining sobriety, while continuing to perform and create music. Kirsten Dunst, the star of Spider-Man and Marie Antoinette, checked herself into rehab in 2008 for depression and alcohol abuse. Dunst has been open about her struggles and her journey to sobriety. She has since focused on her mental health and continued to work successfully in Hollywood. Jack Nicholson, the Oscar-winning actor, was known for his love of drinking and partying, particularly during the 1970s and 1980s. While Nicholson's hard-partying lifestyle was well documented, he has largely kept his personal struggles private. In recent years, Nicholson has retreated from the public eye, focusing on his health. Keith Richards, the guitarist for the Rolling Stones, has been open about his legendary use of drugs and alcohol. Known for his seemingly indestructible constitution, Richards' heavy drinking and drug use were a major part of his public persona. While he has cut back on his drinking in recent years, Richards remains a symbol of rock and roll excess. Although primarily known as a writer, Scott Fitzgerald spent time in Hollywood working as a screenwriter. Fitzgerald's alcoholism was well documented, and it severely impacted his career and health. His heavy drinking exacerbated his financial problems, strained his relationships, and contributed to his early death at the age of 44 from a heart attack in 1940.